I'm tired, I'm sick. Honestly, we're off to a great start, y'all. Me, Grace, and as I returned to the internet after my last video, a lot of you guys requested an update video, so I thought I would do an update video and also an intro for what's coming up on this channel. So if you guys watched my previous videos, you would know I was a college freshman at Columbia College Chicago, and I kind of just started there, and then my internet presence halted. Oh my god, my phone is blowing up. Not right now, guys, I'm trying to film. Fast forward to where we are now, which is, I'm terrible at time, but it's months later. And I just finished up my freshman year at DePaul University. So here's what happened at Columbia. So I went to Columbia for comedy, writing, and performing. I love comedy. Obviously, I love writing and performing. I'm a huge theater dork, but specifically, like, comedy is where I always feel like my draw, like my most talents are. I also, like, background on me, in high school, I hung out with very smart people. I hung out with people who were getting 34s, 36s on their ACTs, and who were all applying to Ivy Leagues, and the ones who didn't go to Ivy Leagues went to state school but got full ride scholarships. Which I am not that smart, but turns out I'm pretty smart. So I went into Columbia. Columbia's an art school. So I went into Columbia and was like, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna be doing what I love. I'm gonna be on comedy all the time. I'm not gonna have to worry about these like boring academic classes. That was simply not the case. So I chose to transfer to DePaul for a couple different reasons. First off, and this is the main reason why I stopped vlogging, and one of the major reasons that I decided to transfer was my mental health took a huge turn for the worse. I've never really struggled with my mental health before. Like, I've had a couple points in my life where I've been like, you know, I should probably get help, but it wasn't like terrible. But in college, I like, for some reason, I just hit a wall. I truly like was so depressed. I was crying randomly. I stopped eating. I was not myself at all. Whatever triggered or caused this isn't that important. What's important is that I've since gotten help. I've seen people, I've gone through stuff. I'm way more in touch with myself mentally, and I am able to handle things. At the time though, it struck me completely out of the blue. I'm a huge bubbly person, and just to all of a sudden be hit with issues like that was very hard to handle. But through that time at Columbia, I did officially get diagnosed with depression and anxiety, both of which I feel at this point in my life are very under control, but at the time it was literally like, I hate to even think about it, it was terrible. So I was going through all this mental health stuff, and my parents came up to visit me for a weekend, and they kind of knew I hadn't been feeling great, but they didn't really understand how bad it was until they saw me. And on that Sunday morning when they were gonna leave, I like broke down to my mom. I'd been holding it together, but all of a sudden I just let go. And my mom said, she's like, you know, if you don't want to be here, you can always transfer. And this light bulb like literally went off in my head. Obviously, mental health isn't like my only reason I transferred, and I'm going to talk more about the other ones now. Another thing was, like I was talking about academic wise, turns out I am pretty smart. I missed having academic classes that were hard. I went through my classes at Columbia. I barely lifted a finger and was getting flying colors in all of them. It didn't feel challenging, and it also didn't feel interesting because it wasn't challenging for me. Now that's different for a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends still at Columbia who are like thriving in that type of environment, but for me, I hated it. I also didn't like studying comedy full time. I love comedy. I freaking love it. As a college degree, not so much. And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make me any less of a comedian because I'm not studying it in college. That doesn't make anyone in college any less of a comedian because they're studying it in college. It's just a personal preference. So because of that whole cluster of reasons, I decided to leave Columbia and transfer to DePaul. Now, if you watch my videos like a year ago where I talk about choosing where to go to college, DePaul was my dream school, but I wanted to get into their theater program, which I did not get into. But when I started to transfer, I knew I wanted to stay in Chicago. I absolutely love this city, and it made so much sense to me to go to this school that I'd loved since day one. I did look at a couple other schools, but ultimately, like, I think I knew in my gut from the beginning DePaul was the place. So I transferred to DePaul for PR and advertising. I still think I'm gonna minor in theater because I have credits for it, and I also am still pursuing comedy. I'm taking comedy classes now at IO, which is like a improv comedy theater here in Chicago. I also work some shows there. I go to shows all the time, and this summer I'm hoping to perform more. So that's kind of where I led me school-wise. I've met so many great people at DePaul. My friends just left this past week, and I truly miss them all so much. I also stay in touch with all my friends from Columbia, so it's really like I'm living the best of both worlds. Now let's talk about the summer and this series. So this series, as you saw at the beginning, is going to be called Adventures in Adulting. So when it came to my summer plans, I knew one thing and one thing only, and that was that I had to stay in Chicago. So what I'm going to be doing this summer is nannying for a family that I know through kind of the comedy scene. They have 2 daughters. They're both amazing girls. I'm so excited. They're like self-sufficient children. They're very smart. I'm so excited to be nannying for these children. While I'm not working, I'm going to be writing a lot, having more time to pursue comedy here while I'm not in school. And I'm also taking classes online through community college. With all my credits and stuff, it just made sense for me to do classes this summer because then I'm officially set forward a year, so I'll graduate college a year early. The catch is that this summer, neither of my roommates are here at all, so I am living by myself in a city for the first time in my life. At Columbia, I did some of the like cooking and cleaning and stuff, so I kind of have a grasp on that, but overall, like, adult life is very hard. I literally have a 10-minute clip of me searching through my whole apartment to try and find quarters so I could do my laundry in my new building. That's the other thing. Living in my brand new apartment, which you'll see in all these videos because that's my big project this summer too, is trying to decorate and furnish and have an apartment. Because at Columbia, our apartments were furnished for us. This one obviously wasn't, so I'm slowly putting furniture in it and slowly trying to make it feel like a home because hopefully I will be here for a couple years. So I think that's basically everything I had to talk about. I'm sorry if this video is long or blabbery. If you all have any questions, please leave them below. I'm very excited for this vlog series. Hopefully you guys are too, and I will talk to you guys in my next vlog. Bye!